Quintantino from Retro Complex, and Taylor Hernandez. Starting with Quintantino, which, by the way, he's called Kenneth, not Kenneth Stahl from FGK Plays or Feel Good Kenny, but Kenny or Ken from Retro Complex, aka one of the funny pioneers from VidMe days, and known in the Retro Complex from the other Smoking Sessions, Cinema Jacket, Time Puppet, you name it, kind of ex-Vidizens, including Landog76. Many of us who were on VidMe and now YouTube again, which wasn't me, so I have a different controversial life story for that. This is going to be uploaded to Tony Cashman. For some awkward reason, this is a funny yet scary punch in the gut, which is going to be about a literal person in my life, who was in my life, and a conqueror on YouTube. So I'm only describing them personally and privately in a public way, because I would never dare to upload this on Odd Crosswind, even though that's even more anonymous than this personal channel. Both of them know me in real life and on the internet, so not respectively. You'll probably know how this works, but so Retro Complex is a gaming YouTube channel who has black hair, who's Hispanic, who has a certain accent, kind of like Time Puppet, kind of like maybe even Kramer Gaming. But so Quintantino will actually exploit a lot of negativity and positivity in his own realm. He did this for VidMe. He was able to tell that VidMe wasn't actually staying up to their own principles and standards. Not so much that he was a controversial person, in fact, because he was already right. By the time he became Retro Complex on YouTube and started applying his own life lessons and doing his own thing, then he was going to be able to be a successful YouTube channel for gaming in spite of his deeper thoughts. Now, Ken still keeps it simple. He's a hard worker who worked for a hotel for a very, very long time. It looked monotonous and annoying. He worked at a hotel, kept it simple. Then he became successful with his family that he had wife and kids later on. He had those wife and kids for a while, but it looked like he just had them, so maybe not. Kenny was able to work hard and go through all these things, which made him the person he is now, who already was a deep person. So maybe for kind of exploiting Otto Crosswind for being unique and unrelatable in ways that were not having to be deep, because even Time Puppet and Karma Gaming wouldn't have to be like this. But I loved Raymond and Moriarty for that reason alone, because they were deep people themselves, eye of the beholder kind of thing. Retro Complex. He's reviewed a lot of good games, some really good gems, shorter videos, had a lot of learned from a lot of his own mistakes as a content creator and as a human being, and moved forward from that. We are on to the next person now. Now, this is someone that I've known. There's enough of this that I haven't already doxed that I already have implied just starting off this video. So if you want to know what I just said the first 10 seconds, then go right ahead, watch that for her full name. But that's kind of why this video is as intimidating as it already is. I won't say anything else about her personally than that first 10 seconds, but this person reminds me a lot of the character Railgun from A Certain Magical Index and the other spin-off A Certain Magical Railgun. Very much a tomboy in that regard. And she, I have a theory that she actually didn't hate me as much as it implied. She probably, because there's something that my teacher in high school, ROTC, that said that if someone really does not like you, they would just know how to ignore you and thwart you otherwise. But the fact that they pay attention and give you their focus is why they care. An approximation. This girl you could say, in my perspective, that she was not as significant in my life, but everyone who gets into your life, manifestation-wise, which you always manifest anything, even if you don't do it intentionally, these people are doing their things and not doing their things, and they especially particularly get in your life because you manifested them. They're not there for no reason. People can't enter your life, no matter who they are, without being in a certain frequency that you are at. So this particular girl, well, I'm going to probably lie and say that she's less beyond and technically trivial, too specific and detail-oriented for me to describe. For me to talk too personally about both Quintantino and this girl, which I've already said her full name at the beginning of this video, I think she did not actually think I was irrelevant. I probably mattered a bit more to her than I realized, because for her to be a tomboy and start kind of seemingly, literally in action, have already been the loop of other people in my life that I've known, some of my own closer friends, who weren't really close to me, but they were like people who she continued to associate with even after she graduated, and still been in their circles. People who thought that she changed for the better or for the worse, and then in comparison to someone like me who just overthinks everything and doxes himself and everything else. But in this regard, I'm probably gonna just put this on. There's only one probably YouTube blog I could put this video on. It's probably gonna be on D.I.G.S. Not gonna lie, we're gonna put this on D.I.G.S. Game Gold Spinner. But for Kennethino from the Retro Complex, the gaming channel, and for this girl, that I said her full name again in this video. They both have black hair. They both have their own life lessons and trauma to deal with, whether they ever do for the rest of their lives or not. And they're both people I should not have said personally and privately in public. The human game is not about having fun. It's about doing the hard work, which then becomes fun.